Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott McKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
Hey, welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast. So glad that you're here. Thank you very much for joining. I've said this a gazillion times, and I'm not exaggerating. This platform is dedicated to you, the industrial professionals, the companies that get it done. Thank you very much for joining. We're going to be doing a rant today. We're going to be talking a little bit about business. As usual, is dead. It sounds dire, but it's not. Let's get going and let's get a cracking. Okay, don't, you know. I mean, come on. We got to recognize the elephant in the room, right? We've got to be able to have a candid conversation specifically around what this virus is doing to business today, what it's going to look like tomorrow. And there's some things that just drive me absolutely bonkers. And one of the things that let's put it this way. I've had a great opportunity to speak to a number of people. And probably 100% have talked about what are we going to do? What can we do now? What are we going to do in the post? How do I not get just trampled on by, people who are doing other things? What do I need to do? What do I need to do today? And so we sit down and we have this conversation. And one of the things that you just got to recognize, and this is a rant, so don't take it personally, that business as a whole is going to change dramatically. You cannot sit there and say, it's going to be the same. Once everything is sort of lifted up and it's going to be the same. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you today that this stuff is going to have to change. Your business, your processes, and how you're going to survive in the future has to change. You cannot go back to business as usual. That makes sense, right? And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, no, Scott, I'm going to go back as business as usual, I'm telling you right now, things are going to change. And either you do it now and you look at it strategically and you begin to challenge, and I mean challenge, your processes, your business model, how you even get out there and create value for others. It has completely changed. And the sooner you say, oh, okay, I got it, and come out from underneath that table, the better. Because we need to have this conversation, because you in industry are going to be key to getting the economy, not just going here in the United States, but globally, right? Does that make sense? Am I off base here in any way, shape, or form? Because I don't think I am. And one of the things that is just driving me absolutely crazy, take note, is collaboration, right? We need to collaborate. We need to figure out how to work with other companies, other professionals, get online these digital platforms and work it out and begin to collaborate. And the reason you're going to have to collaborate, and you're going to have to just put that pride aside, and just stick it in a doggone shelf or shove it underneath your desk, or I don't care, go create a bonfire with it. But we're going to have to collaborate. We've just got to get rid of that pride and do it, and reach out and say, hey, I need help. I need you to tell me what you're doing that is so great, or vice versa, because when it's today is whatever today is, when we have this post-virus world, it's speed. How are we going to continue to fill that funnel as fast as we possibly can and compress that time? Now, there's going to be companies, and I've had the conversation with these companies, that they're just going to go back to the way things were. But they're going to get trampled on by other companies who are saying, No, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to collaborate. I'm going to work with people. I'm going to sit on my pride, and I'm just going to put myself out there because I have to. So it is so important. But I'm getting people and feedback that it's like, nah, I'm going to wait till things pass. That is not a viable recipe for success in the future. And if you cannot be candid and sticking your pride and your feelings away and not being mean. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying you got to have these conversations because we depend on you. And you're going to have a viable solution going forward because business, as usual, doesn't exist. And over and over and over, I've had this conversation, and I'm just challenging you out there. I'm challenging you to do it differently, to think differently, to collaborate with people like me or anybody else, to be able to come up with innovative solutions that you can share with other people who are struggling. There's plenty of opportunity out there, but we've got to look at it differently. Over the past few weeks, months, it just seems like it's been going on and on and on. I've had the opportunity to interview great, innovative, energetic people. And there is a sense of optimism, but you know what? They look at this challenge differently. And if you think you're just going to continue on doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're sadly mistaken. You've got to bring the energy. You got to bring the leadership. You've got to do everything you possibly can and put yourself out there and collaborate. And that's what this is all about. So I don't care if you jump on this podcast and you share and then you bring in other people and whatever. It's happening now, but you need to do and collaborate yesterday because you got to innovate. And there are so many other options out there that you could sort of tap into that will bring about success. This is a nasty storm we're going through, and the only way we're going to get through it is collaboration. And that's it. I don't have other ways. There's other things, and we're going to be talking about it because I'm going to continue to rant and rave on it, but I'm challenging you today. If you are a CEO, get engaged out there. If you are another executive, get engaged. It's time to do so. And if you're thinking just ever so slightly about doing it the old way, I caution you not to do that, to think and push the envelope. You know why? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to cause, come on. What do you got to lose? Outside of the fact that we're sort of struggling right now in this particular environment, you can either listen to the news and get all tied up in knots. You can sort of sit back and wait till somebody tells you what to do, or you could take action. And you could begin to collaborate. And you could reach out to everybody that's been on this Industrial Talk podcast because I'm sure that they're really happy. Like, for example, you've got Marcus Chan. You got Alex Elaine. You've got so many other. They're just saying, hey, do it this way. Try this. And so I'm sorry this is a rant type of podcast, but we depend on you, and you're going to have to rethink it. The businesses are going to gain market share because they're pushing the envelope on how to change their business. You have got to be a part of that expansion of your market share. Because if you don't, somebody's going to run over you. Roughshod, just a stampede over you because somebody's going to say, all right, we're open for business now. You better be ready. If you're not ready, oh my gosh, good luck because there are companies that are getting ready now. So that is my pep talk. That's my rant. I need for you to collaborate, to think differently, to get on Zoom, to banter back and forth, options that will help you and others succeed in this post world. Think about it. Do it now. No, just ask me and I will help you. No, there's no obligation. You just need to be able to do that. Collaborate. Do not sit back. And I've got other rants that are going to be coming out, but right now, reach out, collaborate. There are other options out there. Make it so. Be bold. Be brave. Doggone it, there greatly. And you're going to change the world, and you're going to come out on this other side of this, whatever this post-virus thing is, better. But you got to do it. And you got to be proactive. And you can just reach out, and I'll just like, yeah, come on. The water's fine. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. More rants coming your way, but business as usual, dead. So what does that mean? Okay, I better be different. I better start thinking about other ways. The only way you're going to think about other ways, you can't do this in a vacuum, you collaborate. You talk to other people who are using unique strategies. It's all there. Everybody's just like in the same boat. Let's compress that time. Be safe. Stay away from that pesky virus, and I will be back with another rant. Cheers.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.